Okay, I am now live. Hello everyone. I hope you guys read the pinned comment that I posted in the live chat. So I am gonna wait for a little bit and wait for people to show up, and then we'll get started with the stream. Hello, code name. Happy New Year. Hello, Master M. Happy New Year to you also. So yeah, hello everyone. Welcome to 2026. Hope you guys had a great Christmas holiday. If you celebrated it, hope you guys had a great New Year and everything. So I mean, I never really watched SMG4. I mean, I may have remembered watching him, but I don't have that much memories about it. But yes, I did heard the news that he was retiring, and I could care less because I don't really watch his videos. But all I'll say is good luck to him for future endeavors and all that. But yeah. All right, everyone. So yeah, hello, happy New Year. Welcome to the Super Mario Advance instruction booklet live stream. So yeah, about the whole laundromat situation. I won't go into details on why this decision was made because it is going a little bit personal, but I will tell you guys what exactly had happened of why the our washing machine may have been broken. Is that so this morning I was doing laundry with one of my bed sets, and after it got done washing, we noticed that our washing machine was filled with water. So we did end up finding a workaround with it. So I am able to continue doing my normal laundry, but I just won't do my bet sets until we actually get that part fixed. And yeah, I just want to let you guys know that's the reason why. Well, that's one of the workarounds, but I won't tell you guys exactly why uh, we decided not to do the laundromat thing because it is a little too personal, and I don't want to talk about it too much about it. But yeah. But anyways, yeah, let's go ahead and oh yeah, one more thing I would like to address. So this morning I did record the next part of Papa's Wingeria, and in that video I did talked about the laundromat situation. So everything you'll hear in that video is old information. So I wanted to let you guys know on that in advance because when the video drops tomorrow, you will hear myself talk about the laundromat situation or the washing machine situation. So everything I've said in that video is now outdated information. So I just want to let you guys know in advance about that. So yeah. Uh oh yeah. Hello Video Bird. Hold on you guys. I will be right back because I just heard the mail truck outside, so I'm gonna have to take care of that. And once I return, we will get started with the stream. So I will put up a be right back message. So hang on tight, you guys, until I return back. So give me a minute. Okay, I am back. Let me get rid of this message. I'm only getting the Wonder 2 Switch Edition, obviously. I'm getting the upgrade pack for that, and I'm also getting a Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. I don't care about Mario Tennis, so yeah. All right, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so this is the instruction booklet for Super Mario Advance, which is the Game Boy Advance remake of Super Mario Brothers 2. This game came out in 2001. And yeah, since this is a Game Boy Advance instruction booklet, there are no other languages besides English if you're reading the North American version. So yeah, so I thought I'd let you guys know on that. So we're not going to read this. It's just the warning messages. All right, here's the little information about the game itself. All right, so here's the content. So we have Super Mario Bros. 2. We got Subcon story, starting the game rules, moves, veggies, and other items, enemies, playing to win. And we have, oh wait, hold on, we got more over here. Oh wait, we got, oh, it starts over here. All right, so we got linking instructions and controls. And we also have the Mario Bros. Section, which is the 1983 arcade game. We got game selection, starting battle mode, playing battle mode, enemies, 2-player battle mode, and the garbage can, playing classic mode. All right, so we got single pack linking instructions. Let me see if I can scroll down just a little bit more. All right, there we go. Here's all of the information you need to link multiple Game Boy Advance systems using one Super Mario Advance game pack. Necessary equipment. Game Boy Advance systems, one system per player. Super Mario Advance game packs, one. Game Boy Advance game link cables, 2 players, 1 cable, 3 players, 2 cables, and 4 players, 3 cables. Linking instructions. Make sure that the power switches on all of the game systems are turned off. Then insert the Super Mario Advance game pack into player's 1 game pack slot. Connect the game links cable. Insert the game link cables into the external extension connectors, or EXT. Making sure to insert the small purple connector into player 1's game system and the larger gray connectors into the other game systems. Turn each system's power switch on. Now follow the controller instructions on page 40. When playing with only 2 or 3 players, do not connect any game systems that will not be used. Consult the diagram on the right when connecting game link cables to Game Boy Advance systems. Note that the game pack goes into player 1 systems, or player 1 system, that the game link cable's small connector is purple and the larger one is gray. All right, so here's a little diagram that they're referring to. All right, troubleshooting. You may be unable to transfer game data, or you may experience malfunctions in any of the following situations. When you're using any cables other than Game Boy Advance game link cables. When any game link cable is not fully inserted into any game system. When any game link cable is removed during the transfer of data. When any game link cable is incorrectly connected to any game system. When the Super Mario Advance game pack is inserted into any system other than player 1's Game Boy Advance. When more than 4 Game Boy Advance game systems are linked. All right, so yeah, again, here's a little diagram of how to set up the link cables, which was one of the more tedious things about the Game Boy Advance. All right, so we got the multi-pack linking instructions. Here's all of the information you need to link multiple Game Boy Advance game systems using multiple Super Mario Advance game packs. Necessary equipment. Game Boy Advance systems, 1 system per player. Game packs, 1 game pack per player. Game Boy Advance game link cables, 2 players, 1 cable, 3 players, 2 cables, 4 players, 3 cables. A linking instruction. Make sure that the power switches, yes, literally the exact same thing. I don't know if I want to. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm probably not going to read that. Yeah, it's the exact same thing as the game link cable, so I won't be rereading that. All right, so we got the controls. So here is a diagram of the Game Boy Advance. So we got the L button, change the camera angle, a control pad, start, select, the R button to dash, R button, A button, B button. All right, so we got control pad. Press left and right to move these directions. Press up to enter doors. Press down to duck. Hold down to use a super jump. That's the down arrow button. Press the A and B buttons together to perform various actions. Start, pause your game. Select, change the camera angle. Start, select A plus B buttons. Press all at the same time to reset the game. A button, confirm selections. A jump. A B button, cancel selections, lift and throw enemies and items. And dash. Select plus R button. Press select and R at the same time to turn your game system's liquid crystal display off and activate an energy saving sleep mode. You can turn sleep mode on at any time, but it will not prevent your game system from turning off if the batteries run out. All right, select plus L button. Press select and L at the same time to cancel sleep mode. All right, I'm going to read page 12, and after I read page 12, I will check back at the live chat, and I will be right back again because I am currently doing laundry right now, so I am going to have to go to the laundry room to check on my clothes that are in the dryer, so that'll give me time to do that. All right, so now we're moving on. Oh, that's really it? All right, so page 12 is just informing us that we're heading to the Super Mario Brothers 2 part of the instruction booklet, so I guess I can go ahead and stop here for now and check back at the live chat. All right, let's see. My birthday trip was great, the Surrey Bird. I am going to make an entire video about that later this month, so be on the lookout for that. I bet it was like a multiplayer game before multiplayer games. I mean, multiplayer games already existed back then. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, multiplayer games had already been a thing in the 80s. It was just that you had to take turns. And then have you played Super Mario Party? What? Have you played? Yes, I own all three of those games, but I've only played the original Super Mario Party, and I only play Superstars. I'll play Jamboree on my channel at a later time. I'm actually going to cover that game on my channel in the future, so you be on the lookout for that, Master M. All right, you guys. I am going to be right back for a second, so give me a minute. I am going to put "be right back" again on the screen. So yeah, give me a second. All right, you guys. So I just got back from the laundry room, and my clothes only have 3 minutes left to dry. So I will read about maybe 2 or 3 more pages, and then I will be right back again to get my clothes out the dryer, and then I'll take care of that. And then after that, there'll most likely be no more interruptions for the rest of the stream. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and head on to Subcon's story. One night, Mario had a mysterious dream. He dreamed he was climbing a long stairway that led up and up to closed door. When he reached the top and opened the door, he found himself gazing out at a world that he had never seen, stretching out to the horizon. Then he heard a voice say, "This is Subcon, the land of dreams. The evil toad Wart has used his magic to lay a curse upon the land. Please defeat Wart and free us from his spell. Oh, and remember that Wart hates vegetables. Hurry, we need your help." And then a bolt of lightning suddenly split the sky, and Mario woke up to find himself on the floor. He had fallen out of bed. A few days later, Mario and his friends hiked to some nearby mountains for a picnic. Upon reaching their picnic spot, they looked around and found a small cave. When they entered the cave, they were amazed to discover the land Mario had seen in his dream stretching out before them. All right, so that's the story of the game. So we got getting started. Super Mario Bros. 2. Insert the Super Mario Advance game pack into your game system and turn the power switch on. On the title screen, select single player and press the A button or start to proceed to the game select screen. Select Super Mario Bros. 2 on the game select screen. Super Mario Bros. 2 is a single player game. It cannot be used with the Game Boy Advance link cable. All right, so we got this page. All right, selecting a file. Select one of the 3 files from the file select screen to begin. If there are previously cleared levels saved, you can use the left or right arrows to select a level. When you want to erase a game file, select Erase and then choose the file you want to delete. To delete all files at one time, press and hold Select, Start, and the L, R, A, and B buttons at the same time when turning the power switch on. Continue holding all of the buttons for 5 seconds. Be careful, you cannot restore erased game data. All right, so you got this artwork of Mario and Luigi tipping off their hats. I think that's a really cool artwork. All right, I'll go ahead and read one more page, and then I will have to be right back to get my clothes out the dryer. All right, getting started. Selecting a character. There are 4 characters for you to choose from. Their abilities are all different, so choose the one that suits you best. We got Mario. His skill sets are the most balanced of the characters. So yeah, each character's abilities will be displayed below them on the character select screen. There are from left to right, power, speed, and jump. You can use a different character for each section, so choosing the character best suited for each stage will make it easier to clear. All right, so here's Mario. You got the word check right here. All right, you guys, I'll be right back. Give me a second. I'm going to put up my be right back message again. All right, there we go. All right, you guys, I am back. Let's see. Check the live chat real quick. Oh, all right. Super Mario Bros. 2, the game that ends with "It was all a dream." Yeah. Well, Video Bird show. My true exposure of Super Mario Brothers to the Lost Levels was from the Super Mario Brothers crossover version, which is the Flash game that I covered on this channel. But it was on the easy mode. Well, yeah, it was on easy mode. It wasn't the normal game mode. The Siri Burst Mario list will continue after I'm finished with the current. I'm working on it right now. Like I've said this, that I'm currently working on the next Super Mario list Google Slides presentation. Once that's finished, then I will host that stream whenever that will be. So please be patient with that, and don't try to rush me to get it out. I'd say this. All right, anyways, never mind. I was going to add anything to that, but I don't really have anything else to add. All right, so we got Luigi. He's got loads of jump ability, but he's rather slow. Princess Peach, or just Peach, she can float on air for about 1.5 seconds when you hold the A button down. All right, we got Toad. He is the weakest jump, but lots of power. All right, so we got rules. Viewing the game screen, which is 1. We got the current area, ace coins, a number of ace coins collected on a current stage, the life meter, lives remaining, and the score. We got O. Okay. We got damage, which is your heart, the life meter, and the life energy. When your life energy is reduced to 1, you will shrink down to normal size. We got 2, the life meter and life energy. In Super Mario Bros. 2, you can gain and lose life energy as well as increase your life energy capacity. At the beginning of the game, your life meter, which is displayed as a heart or a series of hearts, has a maximum capacity of 2, but it's only half full. During gameplay, your life meter can increase to a maximum of 5 hearts. When you take damage, your life energy will decrease 1 heart at a time, but your life meter's maximum will not decrease. All right, we got 3. We got obstacles. There are holes and waterfalls throughout the game. If you fall into any of them, your life energy will drop to 0. Be careful when moving around or jumping over these obstacles. All right, 4, about saving. When you want to save your progress and continue, or save and quit, press start at any point during gameplay to display the pause menu. Choose the saving option you want to confirm your selection with the A button. All right, we got 5, game over. You will have 5 lives at the beginning of the game. When you lose all 5, your game will be over. The pause menu will then be displayed, and you will have 3 saving options to choose from. If you choose save and quit after your game ends, you will start at the beginning of the world where you had saved the next time you play. If you choose try again from the pause menu, you will restart the current area from the beginning. We got moves. We got this picture of Toad. We got basic controls. We got A. Standing jumps. Press the A button while standing still to jump from that spot. You won't be able to jump very high like this. We got the down arrow button and A. Super jumps. If you hold down, your character will begin to flash. If you jump while flashing, you will be able to jump 1.5 times higher than normally possible. Wow, this instruction booklet really is going hammering with the mixed numbers. You got the left and right arrows plus A. Running jumps. Press the A button while pressing either left or right to perform a running jump. You can jump higher this way than with a standing jump, so it's easier to avoid enemy attacks. We got 2, try grabbing things. Yeah. Sorry. So yeah, we got B. Pull up the grass. Stand over the patches of grass growing here and there. and press the B button to pull them out of the ground. You'll also be able to dig holes in the soft desert sand. Now we got page 22. We got B. Carry a mushroom block. Stand on top of a mushroom block and press the B button to lift it over your head. And you got a B, and you also got the right arrow plus B. You got Mario saying "ha." I kind of like how the text actually displays the voice clips of the characters whenever they pick up objects and throw them. Throw mushroom blocks and bombs. Press the B button to drop mushroom blocks and bombs at your feet. Press the B button in either left or right to throw them in that direction. All right, I'll probably read one more page. Yeah, I'll read this page and I'll check back at the live chat again. All right, we got B. And you also got the left arrow plus B, or the right arrow, that is. Throw all other items. Press the B button to toss vegetables and anything other than bombs and mushrooms a short distance. Press either left or right and the B button to throw them at a long distance. Oh, you got B again. Use enemies to attack enemies. Press the B button when you are standing on an enemy to lift that enemy up. Press the B button again to throw the enemy at other targets. You got left, right plus B or R, go. Ready, set, dash. Press the B button or the R button while pressing either left or right to dash. All right, I'm going to go ahead and check back at the live chat again. Well, back in the day, I used to do many voice impressions, but I really can't do them anymore because I just don't have the vocal capabilities as I did back in those early days. But in the past, I used to do Mario, I used to do Luigi, I used to kind of did like Bubble Bass in a way, and Patrick, those characters. But yeah, those are just some of the voice impressions I can somewhat do. Have you ever played Yoshi's Island, the original? No, I've never played Yoshi's Island. The only Yoshi games I've played was Crafted World, and I still haven't finished Woolly World, and I don't know when I'll ever finish that because that's not the next game that I have on my list of games that I want to continue playing. But I've only played Yoshi's Crafted World and Woolly World, the 3DS version. So those are the only Yoshi games I've played. Crafted World was the first Yoshi game I've ever played. It's crazy that American Mario 2 was just a reskin of a non-Mario game. Well, yeah, we already know about that. All right, we're back to moves again. Bro, what the heck is this image? What is Toad looking at? Like, he's just looking at nothing. All right, we got 3 more techniques. Successfully avoid enemies. Press down to duck and dodge flying enemies. You can also avoid enemies while jumping with left or right. Use good timing and control to evade or land on foes. So we got down, up, we got left and right plus A. Climb vines and chains. Use up to grab and climb up chains and vines. You can even grab them in mid-jump. You can land on top of enemies on vines and throw them off. We got up and down again. Open doors and climb into vases. Open doors and enter by pressing up. Some doors are locked, so you'll need keys to open them. To enter vases, jump on top of them and press down. We got use bombs to destroy walls. Brick walls block your path in some towers and caves. Use bombs to destroy them and clear the way. Some of these walls contain hidden items too. So you've got this demonstration. Yeah, so far I really do like the artwork of this instruction booklet. It's very, very filled with art and details. All right, 1, veggies and other items. So we're now on the items page. Vegetables, carrots, radishes, and more. Pull them out and throw them at your enemies. We got giant vegetables. These monsters let you take out multiple enemies in a single throw, but they're so big it takes time to pull them up. Small vegetables. These young vegetables may not look like much, but try throwing them anyway. We got heart radishes. Pick up one of these helpful vegetables to restore 1 heart in your life meter. We got mushroom blocks. Use these as steps to reach higher places or throw them at enemies. We got bombs. These will begin to flash when you pick them up, then they'll explode a few seconds later. POW blocks. Throw these to the ground to knock out all enemies on screen. Coins. Collect coins for the slot machine. 1 coin will give you 1 play. Shells. Throw these down and they'll slide along, taking out all enemies in their paths. Enemies hit with shells will always produce hearts. Ace coins. There are 5 ace coins per area. Collect them all to get a 100% clear rating. We got more items. So we got mushrooms. These may appear when you enter a warp to subspace. Pick them up to add extra hearts to your life meter. 1-up mushrooms. Make sure to grab valuable 1-up mushrooms when they appear. They'll give you extra lives. We got hearts. Hearts appear when you pick up heart radish or vanquish multiple enemies. Grab them to recover life energy. And we got keys. You'll need keys to open locked doors. Carrying them will not slow you down. We got special items. We got magic potions. If you pick up a magic potion and toss it down, a door to subspace will appear. Press up to enter the doorway. And subspace, the grass you pull will sometimes produce coins. And depending on where you open the doorway, 1-up mushrooms may also appear. We got cherries. When you get 5 cherries on a level, a Starman will appear. Chase down the Starman to become invisible for a short period of time. And we got the time stop. When you pick up your 5th vegetable, time may momentarily stop and your enemies will become motionless. But watch out, if you run into them, they will still cause you damage. I'm still playing through the game, Bird. The game, I'm still playing through it. I haven't recorded the next video for it yet, but that will be soon. We got enemies. Also, I've said also there is a rule for you to there is a rule where you can't talk about future videos. So I'm sorry, I just won't talk about videos that are in the works because that's not what the stream is about. So try to avoid asking questions about videos that are in the works. All right, red shy guys. If you topple a giant red shy guy, a heart will appear for the taking. There are shy guys of different colors too. Gray sniffets. Gray sniffets shoot nightmare bullets from their mouths. Keep a lookout for red and blue sniffets as well. Red bezos. Bezos are pesky airborne foes. Study their flight patterns to avoid being hit. Flurry. You've got to hurry to avoid these ice skating snow monsters. We got Pidgeots. These flightless crows are the barriers of bad dreams. They soar through the sky on magic carpets to them by Wart. We got Sparks. You'll find Sparks circling blocks and steps. It's best to use POW blocks to turn off their power. Phantos. Phantos comes to life when you take the key they're guarding. Beware, Phantos will chase you from screen to screen. Panzers. These fiery flowers are real hotheads. You'll be safe if you can avoid their fireballs. Hoopsters. You'll find hoopsters hanging on vines and ropes. They're real speeders, so step lively. We got more enemies. Trouters. Trouters inhabit the waters and the land of dreams. They'll try to block your path near rivers and waterfalls. Or porcupos. These annoying creatures are covered in spines, so jumping on them is not the best solution. Albatrosses. Albatrosses were just average residents of subspace until Wart ordered them to carry bob-ombs about. Tweeters. Tweeters hang around with boss characters. They're no friends of yours, so get rid of them quickly. We got Cobrats. You'll find cobrats hidden in jars. When you approach these troublesome little snakes, will pop right out to attack. Think twice when jumping onto jars. Pokies. These characters can be quite a thorn in your side. You'll find them in desert areas. Auto bombs. These cannons on wheels can be very helpful. Steal them away and use them to cross areas with spiked floors. Ostros. You've nothing. Oh yeah, you've nothing to fear if you can separate Ostros and their riders. Their tremendous speed is something to beware. If you knock them out of action, hearts will appear. Then we got the bosses. I kind of wish they were. I kind of wish they would call these bosses and not enemies because they're. I mean, yes, you can call them as enemies, but I would rather distinguish the enemies from the bosses. We got Birdo. Watch out for Birdo's special egg attack. The best way to deal with Birdo is to catch eggs and toss them right back. Fry Guy. This flaming fiend was brought to life by Wart. When it gets angry, it will attack by hurling fireballs. Mauser destroys sweet dreams with his nightmare bombs. He's very proud he doesn't think of himself an ordinary mouse. All right, we got Claw Grip. A claw grip will suddenly grow as it scuttles back and forth. Be careful, it loves to throw rocks and it has a good arm. Triclide. Once an outsider, Triclide was unlisted by Wart because of his evil, cunning, and triple strength attack. And we got the main villain himself, Wart. Wart is the most uncontrollable mischief maker in all the land of dreams. He uses the dream machine to create myriad of monsters. All right, I'll go ahead and read this playing to win page, and then I'll check back at the live chat. All right, 1, 7 worlds, 20 areas. The game includes 7 worlds, 6 with 3 areas each, and 1 with 2 areas, a total of 20 areas to explore. There are gates between each area, and you must have the crystal ball to open each gate. Birdo sometimes has a crystal ball, so you must defeat her to get it. At the end of each area, you'll meet up with a mini boss. At the end of each world, you'll battle a boss. You'll have to defeat them all to reach the end, where you'll test your skills by fighting the biggest baddie of all, Wart. So you start at World 1, you got 1 to 3 levels. You got 4 to 6, World 2, World 3, 7 to 9, World 4, 10 to 12, World 5, 13 to 15, World 6, 16 to 18, and World 7, 19 to 20. So you got the start and the goal. All right. No, no, I don't know what you're talking about, Video Sugar. I don't know if you're joking. Yeah, you probably are joking because no, Indian music does not play when Cobras come out. No. All right, 2, a bonus chance. After clearing each area, you'll have the chance to win extra lives on the slot machine. The number of coins you collect in each area you complete determines the number of times you can play. Match the pictures on the slot machine to win. So, yeah, you got first, you must decide how much coins to wager. You got up to wager all coins, down to wager 1 coin, left reduce wager by 1 coin, and right increase wager by 1 coin. So if you get 1 cherry, you'll get a 1 up. 2 cherries is a 2 up. 3 cherries is a 3 up. 3 sevens is a 5 up, and 3 of any other picture, 2 up. So you got wager times picture value equals the number of bonus lives. All right, so now about to head over to Mario Bros, the arcade game. All right, we got game select. 1, before beginning, up to 4 people can play Mario Bros Classic. 2, 3, or 4 can go head to head in Mario Bros Battle. Check to make sure you have the correct number of game packs and cables. See pages 7 and 9. We got Mario Bros Battle. To play Mario Bros Battle, you need the correct number of game link cables in either a single game pack or game pack for each player. We got Mario Bros Classic. If you are playing one-person Mario Bros. Classic, you only need one game pack. If you are playing Mario Bros. Classic with two or more people, you will need the correct number of game link cables and a game pack for each player. Or if you are playing with multiple game packs, there will be no load time. A game play is identical in both single pack and multi pack Mario Bros. Battle. We got single pack setup. This is the battle page. Player one, the player with the game pack. Insert the game pack into your Game Boy Advance and turn the power switch on. From the title screen, select multiplayer and press start. The game system will then check the cable connections. After this is completed, press start when instructed to do on screen. Next, select the game level and set the fireball and handicap options. Use up or down to select a menu item and left or right to set up that item. Player 1 will then press the A button to send the game pack setup data to the other player's game packs. All right, we got other players. When player 1's game system is checking, the cable connections, the Game Boy logo will appear or will be displayed on all other connected game systems. After player 1 presses start, a flashing Nintendo logo will be displayed on all other connected game systems. This signals that game data is being loaded. All right, let's see. So we got Mario will run across the game screens while game data is being loaded. The loading process will be finished when Mario reaches the right side of the screens. When playing with Game Link cables, turn all power switches off before inserting the cables. For more information on linking with the Game Boy Advance Game Links cables, see page 6. The Mario that appears on each game screen during loading will be the color of that player's Mario in game. So you got player 1, you got normal Mario, you got green Mario for player 2, aka Luigi. Player 3 is a yellowish Mario, and player 4 is a red Mario with white overalls. If an error message is displayed, turn all of the power switches off, check the cable connections, and begin the game setup again. All right, I'll go ahead and read this page, and then I'll go ahead and check back the live chat again, because we are almost towards the end of this instruction booklet. All right, 2, multi-pack setup. Player 1, the player with the small purple connector inserted into his or her game system. Insert the game pack into the Game Boy Advance and turn the power switch on. Yeah, it's probably the same thing. It's pretty much the exact same. But down here it says, when playing multi-pack mode, make sure all the power switches are turned off before inserting the game link cables or cables. See page 8 for details. Yeah, I'll go ahead and check back in the live chat again. All right, let's see. I was asking because it looks like those snake charmer snakes, and I haven't played Super Mario Advance. Well, Super Mario Advance is a Game Boy Advance remake of Super Mario Bros. 2, so it's literally the exact same game as Super Mario Bros. 2, but it's a remake of it. Yes, I've seen Professor DeCerebro. I've seen his channel. I've seen him before. I mean, I really can't answer questions on those types of characters. I mean, I guess they're cool characters, I guess. All right, so we got 1 winning. Grab the coins. The first player to collect 5 coins wins. A coin will come out of one of the pipes at the top of the game screen for each enemy character that is defeated. And then there was 1. If all players are knocked out, then the remaining player will be the winner. We got Mario moves. This is number 2. If you bump your rivals from underneath, they'll be stunned and be unavailable or will be unable to move for a few seconds. If you've been stunned, press the A button repeatedly to return to normal. If you jump on top of a rival Mario, press the B button to pick him up. Press the B button again to throw the other player at enemies or even into the trash can. So I guess this game precursor the lifting up characters that you could do in NSMB Wii's multiplayer and Super Mario 3D World and NSMB U. If you've been picked up by any other player, press left or right repeatedly to escape. You can jump up and hit the bottom of the power blocks to stun all of your rivals at once. You can pick up and carry the power blocks by jumping on top of them and pressing the B button. To flip enemies over, jump up and hit the floor beneath them. Once they are on their backs, kick them off screen to get rid of them. So you got Super Mario, damage, out. Mario's condition. Everyone starts the game with Super Mario. When Super Mario is damaged, he becomes Mario. Oh, okay. Like, can you just call it Small Mario? Like, I just find that really funny. If Mario takes damage, he's out of the game. All right, we got battle. We got the types of pest of the pipes. So we got Spinies. Flip Spinies over and then kick them off the screen. Be careful though. They'll get back up after a few seconds and they'll become faster than before. We got Fighter Flies. Fighter Flies can be stunned only when they land on the floor. Good timing is essential to getting rid of these flying pests. And for whatever reason, they renamed the Sidesteppers as just crabs. Yeah, they're no longer called Sidesteppers. They're just called crabs. Crabs are pretty tough customers. So they need to bump. So you need to bump them twice to stun them. They are a lot faster than the Spinies too. We got Fireballs. If your timing is good, you'll be able to hit the floor beneath them just as they land to put them out of action. Freezy. If you don't knock this guy out, he'll freeze the floors and send you sliding away. All right, we got game select. We got games screen stats. The number of coins collected by each player will be displayed during gameplay. We got player one's coin count, other players' coin count. If you press start during gameplay and choose try again, the game will begin again from round one. All right, so we have you win or you lose will be displayed after each round. The winner, the losers, the total number of victories for each player will be displayed between rounds. The number of rounds won by the other players. The number of rounds won by player one. The first player to win 5 rounds wins the game. Press start on this screen to begin the next battle. All right, so we got a 2-player garbage can gambit. When you are playing 2-player Vs, the garbage can will appear in the game. Using it can sometimes lead to victory. If you pick up your rival and carry him or her to the garbage can, the lid will open and you can throw that player inside. It will automatically close and keep that opponent out of the action for a while. If you're in the garbage can, you'll have to wait a few seconds until the lid opens again. When it opens, jump out and rejoin the game. Being trapped in the garbage can give your rivals a chance to grab some coins, but you'll receive a special item that may help you turn the tables. If your opponent is standing on top of the can when you're trapped inside, use the super jump to knock him or her off and escape. The Siri Bird, you already know how old I am. I'm 27. I just turned 27 last year. Like I've like I saw you comment on my compilation Teletubbies video. Well, not video. It was a community post that stated how old I was that day. So yes, I'm 27. All right, you will receive a random item when you jump into or are thrown into the garbage can. There are 4 items in the garbage can. One of these is an egg, which contains one of 3 additional items. You never know what you'll get, but don't forget the garbage can when planning your game strategy. Also, when it comes to personal questions, I don't mind asking about my age, but do not ask questions like, "Oh, how old are you?" No, not that. I meant do not ask questions like "What is your name?" That's those type of personal questions, or "Do you have a girlfriend?" Those are the only personal questions that I will not answer. So try avoiding asking those. We got Koopa Shell. This shell will do damage to anything it hits. You need to throw it or kick it to send it sliding away. Pow Block. Throw the Pow Block down to stun all of the enemies on screen and shrink the rival players. Fish Skeleton. This is useless. Throw it away. All right, egg items. A coin. If you're lucky, the egg will contain a coin. A heart. If you get a heart, you'll become Super Mario. A Starman, you'll be temporarily invincible if the egg contains a Starman. All right, we got Classic. Oh, this is a single player mode. Insert the game pack into your Game Boy Advance game system and turn the power switch on. Select single player on the title screen and press start to move to the game select screen. Select Mario Bros. Then press the A button or start to confirm your choice. Bump the enemies from below to tip them over. Once they've been flipped, kick them off screen and out of the game. Defeat all of the enemies to clear that level. All right, we got playing with 2 to 4 players. Player 1, the player with the small purple connector, insert into his or her game system. Yeah, they're saying the exact same thing. Other players, turn all power switches on and select multiplayer on the title select screen. Once player 1 presses start, a Mario of a different color will appear on each player's screen. Any player can then press start to begin the game. This game requires multiple game packs. When playing with 2 or more players, you will need 1 game pack per player. When playing with 2 or more players, cooperation is important in clearing stages. All right, we got some tips. 1, Super Mario Bros. 2, vases and platforms. Some vases will lead to special rooms with spinning platforms. When you find one, collect any special items in the room, then ride the platforms to get out, scoring big points. In an area with 5 or more enemies, use a power block to defeat them all and get a 1-up mushroom. If you can take out multiple enemies with 1 vegetable, you'll get lots of points. When you pull up a vegetable, try to take out as many enemies as possible to score high. Try using different item combinations to attack your enemies. All right, we got 2, Mario Bros. More tricks and hints. Try using bombs to blow up walls to discover hidden objects. Lifting up mushrooms may be useful too. Toss big enemies on the ground to get a heart. You can do this over and over to the same enemy. If you can knock out 2 or more enemies by throwing an item or an enemy, you'll get a heart. Are defeating enemies. Enemies will bounce in different directions depending on where you hit them beneath them. Bump an enemy from directly underneath to send it straight up into the air. In Classic, you can get a lot of points by hitting multiple opponents at a time. Hit the floor in front of an enemy to make it bounce backward. All right, if you don't get to Freezy quickly, he'll cop. I just want. All right, sorry, you guys. I was just interrupted just now, so I apologize for myself muting the mic. But all right, so we got important. A warning: copying of any Nintendo game is illegal and is strictly prohibited by domestic and international copyright laws. Backup or archival copies are not authorized and are not necessary to protect your software. Violators will be prosecuted. I'm not going to read this. This is just other illegal actions and stuff like that. So I don't care too much about that. And yeah, and with that, that is the instruction booklet for Sumeria Advance. I would like to thank everyone for coming for today's stream. So yeah, my next live stream, I'm hoping I'll stream again towards the end of the month, and that next stream is going to be on the ABCs of Mario. That is a that'll be the next stream I'll be hosting. If you guys don't know what that is, that was a series of tweets that I did on my other Twitter account where I went through all the letters of the alphabet and picked 10 Mario characters based off of that letter. And I will be going through that with you guys in my next stream. And then after that stream, I might take a break with streams to continue working on the Sumeria list for Sumeria Land 2 and Sumeria 64. So I will be on a brief hiatus to finish up that, and that will most likely be my next stream. And then after that stream, I will stream over on EB the Sponge Reviewer, and I will do hold on. So here's what I'm gonna do. So the next stream after this will be the ABCs of Mario. After that stream, I will take a hiatus to finish up the next Mario list PowerPoint or Google Slides, and that will be the next stream. And then after that, I will do the next flip deck cards. And then after that stream, I will do the SpongeBob SquarePants, Atlanta SquarePants instruction booklet over on EB the Sponge Reviewer. So those are the next set of streams I will be doing. I will announce for this stream. So yeah, thank you all for coming. I hope you guys, you know what, forget about it. I'm gonna go ahead and end off the stream. So goodbye, everyone. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time.